video, and today I will be reviewing a soldering kit, so let's get straight into it. Alright, hi guys, I'm back, and today I'll be reviewing this soldering kit. So let's open it up. By the way, I got this for a Christmas present. Well, this breaks off easily, so it's okay. We open it up. What do we have inside? Oh, no. Whoops. That wasn't meant to happen. Inside we've got this pull-out thing. So let's have a look at what's in this. We've got some wire cutters. Now, the wire cutters are to strip wire. Let me just check if I've got a bit of wire to play around with. I don't. I've only got wire on this circuit board here. And this is an example of what this soldering kit can do. If you're a very experienced solder, you would be able to solder all of this. So you get these, put it in the middle, twist it, keep twisting. And look, it's done it to the red one. Now these were all connected, so it's going to be hard. And just like that, the wire covers come clean off. And sorry guys if I keep looking over there, there was just a massive argument that happened. So, let's hope everything's okay. So as you can see, the strip wires are copper wire. So that's what that tool does. Let's see. These are what go onto your soldering iron. So they're different tips that you can use to make it easier for the job, and it suits the job that you're doing better. For example, if you need this one here and you have this tip on, it's not going to do much help. So that's why you always adapt and change the tip. Now if I put these back in, move this off to the side, we come back to the case. And also, this case, as you can probably see on the camera, has a flashlight on it, which is pretty cool because you can, you know, have the light on your project that you're doing, which makes it easier to do. Now let's see, what have we got here? We've got this. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that this is a soldering iron holder, but I'm not sure. Now this is actually solder. So I'll bring a circuit board up closely. So right there's the circuit board, and this solder is actually, see all those little, focus, those little silver bits like there, they're all soldered on there. So that's what this solder does. Anyway, moving back on to the review. So I'm just going to put this solder in here for now. The next thing we have, oh yeah, before we go to the next thing, here's another roll of solder that I've got. It's quite long. It's very nice. Now, I'm not quite sure what this is. Hang on, I just need to Definitely not for that. Okay. I don't know what this is, so we'll just get rid of it. Alright, next thing. So this thing is, sometimes when you're soldering and you have bits of solder that you don't want, what you do is you push this down, hold this over the circuit board where your solder is, and you put this on. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. So what you do, that basically sucks up the solder that you don't want. Alright, what else have we got in our box of goodies? Oh yeah, this is a another soldering iron stand. This was actually made by my grandpa's dad, so it's very old, as you can tell. Now for my next thing that I'm going to show, I am going to, in fact, need to go and grab something, so I'll be back in 2 seconds, or probably about 2 minutes. Alrighty guys, I'm back. So, basically, the next item is a meter. Now what this meter does, it comes with these two wires. The positive, which goes into there, the negative, which goes into there. Now depending on what you want to measure, you're going to turn it onto. So I want to measure a battery, so I'm going to turn it down to the 20. As you can see, there's a screen. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it up close of the table. Alright, here we go, and we're coming down. Alright, so as you can see, I'll put it on its stand to make it easier, that's what I'll do. Alright, so here it is on its stand, and I'll put the LEDs on. Sorry about that, guys. My neighbours are just revving up cars to show off. Anyway, so what I want to do, just going to quickly do something. Alright, as you can see, I've got a battery, not sponsored. So what you're going to want to do, to stop it from rolling, I might just put it in this. So, as you can see, we've got the battery in there. Turn the LEDs back on. Alright, so we're going to want to get the positive, which is this part of the battery, and the negative, which is this part. So just move this over. Alright, here we go. Put the LEDs back on. Positive. So, as you saw, the numbers just went up. Now what that does, that shows you how much voltage is in something. So, a normal regular AA battery would have about 1.5 volts in it. So, but as you can see, when I touch this, it's only got 1.39, which means that the battery doesn't have full charge in it. And what I've also got over here is a battery pack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the battery back in the battery pack. We've got 2 batteries. What we're going to want to do is, I might do this. So we get your cables. You know, negative is black and positive is red. So what I'm going to want to do is touch the black, the negative on the negative of the battery pack, and the positive of the positive on the battery pack. And if I turn on the light, this should equal up to 3 volts. But as you can see, it's only 2.81. And that is because of the batteries are dead. So that's what that is. Alright, and also I've got my mic set up at the moment. So I've got 2 mics on at the moment, which means I've got better audio. So what you just want to do when you're done with that, take these out and turn it to off. And now I'm going to just quickly raise this back up. Alright, so now I'm back on the table. I'm going to show you the last and final thing. I have got the main part of this kit. You ready for it? Because I'm ready for it. The soldering iron. We can get rid of this now. So yeah, this is the main part of the kit. The soldering iron. And as you can see, the metals aren't as shiny up there as they are down here. And that's because this gets so hot that the metals change colour. So what I might do is a little role play of how soldering works. So what you're going to want to do is, alright, so bring over your little, this is the workstation by the way. So pretend you're going to plug it in. Now, you get this holder and you put it in it. I've got it on 450 degrees at the moment, Celsius. So what I'm going to want to do, let's see, for example, I simply, and just so I don't create a short circuit, I'm going to take this battery out. So just in case I want to solder these 2 wires together, what you want to do, grab it, twist it together really well, just like that. So now what you're going to want to do is hold your wires just back for now. Alright, I can see that the iron's getting very hot. So to make sure it's hot enough, we're just going to want to hang on. We're just going to want to tap some solder on there. What would happen is it would smoke, and that's when you know it's hot enough. So what you're going to want to do is grab the soldering iron in your right hand, hold it over the workbench, melt some solder onto the iron. Or actually no, you're not going to melt solder onto the iron. You're going to, I've twisted these together too early. What you're going to do is you're going to, well, you don't want to touch that, that will be very hot. You're going to want to hold the iron underneath, that will be heating up the wire. Then what you're going to do, move it up towards the end, hold this on the wire, and you know it's hot enough when the solder just melts on. So anyway, now you've got some solder on that, blow it, now it should cool down. You want to repeat the same process on the other one. Alright, Now you've got a good amount of solder on it. What you're going to want to do now is grab them, twist them together, just like we did before. Put it over the workbench, and now you're just going to want to hold the soldering iron on it, and that solder that you just put on should melt and should connect the wires together. Take it off, blow, and here we go, guys. This is what solder, when it's melted, just looks like that. Metal. You probably can't see it, but that's okay. So now that you've done that, you want to put the iron back down into its holder and have a look at this. And all the wires should be soldered together. So that way when you pull it, it doesn't come undone ever again. So that's the point of soldering, so no electrical wires come undone. Now what I might do is do another role play, but of me doing a circuit board. So I'm going to grab my what I might do is I'll bring this up again and show you what solder looks like. This is the best of my ability. So, as you can see, over there, they are some really big blobs of solder, and that's because I tried soldering myself, and that didn't work out. So anyway, what you're going to want to do is turn off your soldering iron, let it cool down until it's cool enough to touch. Then you're going to want to grab the tip that you're going to be using. I'm going to be using this thinner tip, what you're going to want to do. And this may vary between different soldering irons, but with mine, you screw this and you pull this cover off, just like so. And you take the former cover off and just put it there. And what you're going to want to do is put the new one on, just like this. Then grab this again, put this back over the top, screw it on, and I'm sorry if there's someone walking in the background, guys. That's just my mum. So anyway, you've got that on there now. What you're going to want to do, bring over your circuit board to here. You're going to want to be very careful and just melt some solder on there. Once that's on there, that's set. You melt it again, put the wires on, and then let it cool, and then they'll be soldered on there again. So I think that's pretty cool. And then when you're done, you simply unplug the soldering iron, sit it in there, and just let it cool down. So I think that's pretty cool, this set. It's a very nice Christmas present. I'm just going to undo this quickly. So now they come undone. They're not meant to when you're soldered it, but I've got to do that so a short circuit doesn't form. And now, what should I do next? I might. Oh, sorry, here's another person. Hello, Ibby. Hang on, I'm just going to read the chat quickly. Hi, Ibby. yes, they are great safety tips. So, just in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just doing a review of a soldering kit. Now, when I end this stream, I urge you to go and watch it again. How have I been? I've been great. I've been doing extremely well. And sorry if there's some screaming. Nice, nice. So now that I've got 3 people watching, that's pretty nice. What I'm going to do now, because I've finished the review, I'm going to... I got a new tripod, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try it out and do a view of my backyard at the moment. And also, I've got this new lavalier microphone. It's pretty cool. Got it right here. You know, you've probably seen them before. You know, those ones that you clip onto your shirts. And that's plugged in, so if I come down, can I whisper into it? It sounds like ASMR. So, it's pretty good. It's going to be very loud now. And that's what the mic does. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that 360 shot of the backyard. Hello, Graham Bargo. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just... Sorry if the camera just got covered up then. And I'll quickly rotate the camera around. And I'm connected to my mic, so it won't be the best. But anyway, as you can see down here, I'm just going to switch the camera back around. Here's the tripod that I've got. It's very nice. It holds my iPad. So when you put it into it, you know, it's like that. And of course, you know, that's another mic that I use, the Turtle Beach headset, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to quickly just put you back into the tripod. And I'm going to quickly come in front, going to stabilize us. And I'm going to loosen off the... Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Now what I'm going to do is I've loosened off the tripod. So now, what I'm going to quickly do is unplug the mics. So the audio might not be as good, but as soon as I'm done with it, I'll plug them back in. So, they're out. And now, I'm going to bring you out a little bit more. Here. And I've got that little tripod stick that the people have. And now, Coolest Moth 25, do you want to be seen? Now, as you can see, I'm going to just loosen this off a little bit more.
You can show me if you want.
Alright, now, what I'm going to do is just see how smooth this is. Might loosen it off a little bit more. Alright, there's Coolest Moth 25. Say hello.
Hello.
And as you can see, as I continue going around the backyard, it's nice and smooth. So, what I'm going to do is just bring you guys back over. And I'm going to plug the mics back in, so now the audio should be 100% again. Alrighty, the mics are back, and now it's good. So what I'm going to want you guys to do is just type in the description what you want me to do, and I'll do it. So just comment down below what you want to see me do, and I'll do it. So is there anything you want to see me do? Just write it down below and I'll do it. So is there anything you'd like to see me do? Alright, so if you don't want to see me do anything, I will just, in fact, come up with my own stuff to do. So, alright, what should I do? Alright, so what I'm going to do, I think, is just...
Ibby wants you to do some more gaming. I said, can you do some more soldering?
But it's not come up here. Okay, sorry if I kept asking you the questions and it come up here. So I guess I will be back in a moment.
Ibby said, can you do some more gaming? I said, can you show some more soldering? So your choice.
I don't want to argue. Pass one down. I'm gonna actually do some soldering. Right, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so good news guys. I'm back, number one, and number two, I'm going to be allowed to do some soldering. So, I've just got to quickly go and unlock the shed. Now this also means that I'm going to move the table, so I'm going to have to unplug the mic quickly. And I'm going to just show you the trees, I guess, whilst I move this. So I'm just moving it at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to bring you over now, back to my workbench. And this time what I might actually do is bring you never before seen up close of the soldering. So what I'm just going to do is just going to plug the mics back in. So I'm going to plug the mic in right under where I'm going to be soldering, so you should be able to hear it. There we go. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Back in. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing, just got to bring the chair back over. Oops, sorry about that, guys. But the mic, sorry if there was just some noise. Alright, I'm just going to move the table out a little bit. So now I've got some space. I can move the mic over a little bit more. Just got to re-aim. Alright, so I'm just going to go and plug the soldering iron in. Well, actually, before I plug the soldering iron in, I'm gonna have to just take this off again, just like I showed you before. Going to put the fitting back on. And if you can't see a lot of the table at the moment, that's okay. That's because I'm just got it zoomed in there so you can see my soldering work. I've just got to grab a cord quickly. Alrighty guys, in a moment, the iron is going to be plugged in. So I'm just plugging it in at the moment, currently. I'm just gonna quickly plug the soldering iron in. Alright guys, the iron is plugged in. So now, what am I going to need? Well, what I might do is just zoom it out a little bit. As you can see, I'm not going to be soldering this, I'm going to be soldering some wires to a speaker. So, there's the speaker there. Here's the wires. Alright, the action should happen very soon. I'm just going to move this away because I don't want that getting injured by the... Alright, so now, what I'm going to do, just letting it heat up, just like so. So now, what I'm going to do, I've got my solder, and I'm going to bring it over to the iron and touch it. Now, if this smokes, that means it's hot enough. So here we go. So as you could see just then, guys, it's smoking. which means it's hot enough. So let's get soldering. Yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring over the wire that I'm going to solder. Going to put the solder, my left hand, put the iron down. Now see, I might just do it this way. As you can see, what's actually happening is that the wire is getting so hot that the plastic, well, not plastic, but just the insulation.
Say goodbye to Ibby.
Okay, goodbye, Ibby. So now, as you can see, I'm just melting, just heating up the wire. Just like that. Now, this isn't a very good job because it's kind of complicated. So I might just do it this way again. Move this back, bring it like this. Hold it on the wire. Right. The wire is, well, the wire is heating up and the solder is melting on. So what I might do now is just do a little bit more. And as you can see, just like that, how just like that. What I might do, I've got this ball down here. Just going to bring this wire over it. Just like that. Now, the wire's not melt. Now what I might do, because this is so frustrating, there is already some solder on this side of the wire. So what I might do, now you can tell that that's magnetic for sure. So what I'm going to do now is going to bring this over. Just got to bend this back into shape. Got to switch hands, of course, because as you know, this isn't even the wire that I just did. This is over here. Got to bring it down. Make sure to hold it a fair bit up because you burn your fingers. As you can see, oh, that didn't work. just gotta bring it up. Alright, so I might quickly switch over to the other wire because that one was not working out. What I might do is twist it up and what I've just seen is you can bring it up through this hole that's here. Just got to twist it a little bit more. Now I know this isn't my best soldering, but it's because I'm not really that focused. Well, I've got to be at least a little bit focused. Now what I'm going to do now, I might stick the wire through this way. I'm going to stick it through like that. Bring it out. Hang on. Alright, I've got it. Now I'm going to grab it, just wrap it around. Just like that. And now what you're going to want to do put it back onto there. It's really handy having it magnetic because it doesn't move. I'm going to grab the solder, grab the iron, bring it out, bring the solder over. And look at that. Now that's what I call some nice soldering right there. Now I'm actually going to zoom in on that because it's so nice. So I just got to quickly get up again. Move it around. Now you probably can't see it because of the sun glare, but I'm trying to cover the sun a little bit. I might cover it with a circuit board instead. So you can see over to the left, that wire that's soldered on very nicely. So I like that. So I'm going to, if I haven't singed the other wire too much, I'm going to solder that on. So now I'm going to grab it. Alright, it's cooled down. I'm going to grab this. Go through our exact same process of last time. I might just quickly grab some emery paper to clean up the wires because the wires are just a little bit too, messed up because I burnt it so much. Alright, so now I'll zoom back out. So now, here's the emery paper right there. What I'm just basically going to do is grab the wire, wrap the paper around it and just basically sand it. And as you can see already, that wire is getting clean. You know what I might do? For those of you who don't know what emery paper is, it's basically like sandpaper, but it smoothens things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my custom, you heard me, custom brick right there that I've made. Well, I'll bring it over into frame. There it is right there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab a stick, and as you can see on the end there, that's not very smooth. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, move over to here, and you're just gonna want to basically just gonna rotate it back and forth. Now, this sandpaper, sand/emery paper, is actually worked out. So, I have not changed the stick. Here it is, after I've sanded it. It looks much nicer. And I'll prove to you. So there's the smooth off bit. I'm going to smooth all that down there. So, you're just going to want to grab it. And just go like that, and as you can see, I've not changed it. We've got smoother bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove. I'll be back in a moment. I'm trying to keep it. It's hard. Got it under control. Alright, so I'm back. And I'm going to solder the other wire on. So basically, sandpaper's for timber and emery paper is for metal. So as you can see, I really fixed that up there. So what I'm going to do, same thing as last time. Going to grab the speaker, twist it up nicely, put the wire through, just like that. Perfect. So once it's through all the way, you're just going to want to twist the wire on like that. And And now that's twisted on there nicely. What I can do now is, here we go again. Going to grab the soldering iron, bang, bang, and bang. And just like that, you've got yourself a great solder. There it is right there. It's very nice. Right, I'm just going to quickly go and turn off the soldering iron, and I'll be right back. Now what I've got here is this old I bought this webcam the other day, but it's messed up. It like probably puts viruses on your computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly grab the side cutters. And I'm going to come back around. Alright, back. So here's the side cutters. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just move that out of the way. Grab the webcam. I want the AUX cord, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just snip it down here first of all. Just like that. So now this is off. I'm going to grab the auxiliary cord. I'm just going to go not too close to the edge, but just there. Snip. It's off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my snippers. I'm just, sorry if you can't see this. Just going to just like that, it came clean off. I'm trying to figure out which wire is which. So I think that if I strip more of this wire off, we'll know. Oh, here we go. We've got a blue and a yellow. So, who can tell me what blue and yellow is? Now, I'm sure. Right, so basically, if I bring this back over, yellow is positive and negative is blue. Now I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I'm just trying to remember. Blue is negative, yellow is positive. I know what I might do. I'll be right back. I'll be back in 1 minute, so please hold. Alrighty guys, I'm back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly fix up the mic. There we go, it's towards me now. We don't need this at the moment. Alright, so I've got this siren that's also got blue and yellow. So this, if I do this with the batteries, this should show. So what did I say? I said blue was negative and yellow was positive. Blue. Hang on. So what I'm just doing, putting this through. And as you can hear, alright, so I got it right. Yellow is positive, blue is negative. So they did come in handy after all. So what I'm going to do now is get rid of this. Alright, so blue is negative. Now I'm pretty sure that I have wired these up correctly, I hope. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to strip and I knew that would happen. So I'm just going to quickly strip it off over here. And I'll strip the other one as well. Now I might just snip this one because, well, it's all melted and yuck, so. Alright, so now that I've got them stripped, I can grab the positive and the positive. What I will do, I'll wrap them together. I've just got to go and grab some pliers and some electrical tape. So I'll be back, I'm just grabbing it from in here. Alrighty, so I'm back. And sorry if I can't read your comments. This is just really messed up. Alright, got my pliers, got my electrical tape. Now I know that long nose pliers would have been better, but this is what I grabbed, so I'm just gonna compact it in like that. Now I should have a connection like that. So I'm gonna just quickly fire up the soldering iron again. Sorry that I keep leaving, but you've got to do what you've got to do. Alright, we're ready to go. I can feel the iron's heat. Alright, we're going to bring it back over the workstation. Move this out of the way, bring that back over. What I might do is I will put these pliers down there so that it can't move. So just gonna do this like this. Now you can probably see now that's when you can tell you know you've got it perfectly. Alright, you can tell that you've basically got the heat perfect is when you can just sit it onto the, you can sit the solder onto the wire and it just melts before your eyes. Alright, so now I'm just going to put this down. Let it cool down. Now what you want to do, so you don't get a short, you want to find the electrical tape. Just get out some. I'm just cutting it. Alright, now that you've cut it, what you're going to want to do is grab it, put it over the top. Just do it like that. It's not the best job, but at least that will save us from getting some short circuits. Right, now let's move on to our next victim. Now that wire is way too long, so what I might do, I might twist it. Then I might bring some over to the table, put it down. Just do that like so. Now that we've got a shorter one, we can bend this one back. Now, what are we going to want to do? To grab this, and just like before, we're going to want to twist it, just like that. Now I'm going to do exactly what I did last time. Bring the pliers in, just hold them up. This way, what's basically going to happen is that the pliers are going to, well, this is the best I can do. It may not be that good, but I'm going to heat up. Sorry about that, guys. That was just from neighbours. So, if I'm not talking that much, I'm concentrating, that's why. So, there we go, we've got that one done. And I'm just going to let it cool. Gonna get my tape ready. Maybe not as much this time. Alright, now, I've got it. Gonna bring this up, bend that down. For now. And I might try a different way this time. And just like that, that was a really bad fold, but that's okay. Just like that. Oh, we've got an exposed wire. Now we all know that if we've got exposed wires, it can cause a short. So I'm just going to basically snip it off. And just like that, everyone. It's not easy, not simple, but we've got homemade speaker with an auxiliary jack. So what I might do is I'm going to end the stream for like 30 seconds, and then when I hit a button it will continue from where I left it. So I'm going to do that now, test out this speaker, and if it works I'll be happy. If it doesn't, I'll still be happy because I gave soldering a try. So I'm just going to pause the stream for, hang on a moment. Alright, so any moment it will stop, but then it will continue when I start it up again. So stay on my channel and it will start back up very soon. Alrighty guys, I'm back. And alright, so the stream's back on. I can actually see your comments now. So you're probably wondering what this box is. Well, this box is actually a speaker that I made with spare parts from that speaker. Remember that video that I did a week or so ago where I pulled everything apart? Well, I used the speakers from that and I've recreated this. So what I'm going to be doing today is, and just to keep the record straight, just got to push these back in. Now I've got some good news, guys. I've wired the speaker up correctly, and I'll fix that up. The tape fell off, but I've wired the speaker up correctly, and guess what? It works. But now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to solder the wires back off this auxiliary jack, because now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gain access. So in case you don't know what I'm doing, if you can't see it, I'm just basically using my blade and I'm just cutting away the tape. Right now I've done that. I've basically got access into the inside. So I'm just going to have this out of the frame for a moment. So this is connected to there, and this connected to there. So this means right, so what I've got to do just for the time being, I've got to pop out this speaker. So just need to remember which is which. So just got to look at the connections on this one to remember. Right, so if we're looking at it this way, positive, negative, okay. So I'm just going to move this box back. Basically what I might do is I'm just going to take the tape off this, and I know I just went through much effort, but I've just got to so what I might just do is have that there, have this going over. So what I'm just doing is I've just got to quickly grab a rag I'll be back in a moment. Congratulations, thank you. Alrighty, I'm back. So now that I've got, and yes, yellow is positive. So now that I've got a rag, I'll just, a little bit of one, I'll lay it there, and this is just basically to clean off. Now, I just need to push it. That's basically to clean off. So now, I will be able to. What I'll do, I'll have this hanging over the edge. I'll bring it over. And I'll bring this part of it around. And I will just keep pressure on it. And just like that, so now I've just got to do the same for this. And for those of you who don't know what I was just doing, basically I was melting the solder that I just put on. Now that that's cooled down, I'm going to grab some emery paper. And like I explained before, emery paper basically cleans off Alright, that was just left over from the other thing. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do that for that one. And I'm going to do the same for the other. So now, which is which? That's the question. So that should be like that. Positive. Alright, so now I know that that's positive, negative. So what I want to do is grab the positive wire, turn this around if I can. Grab the iron. I might just turn the temperature down to 400 degrees. Now, what my grandpa would always tell me is to bend down the wire first. And I'm going to do what he says. Right. Now you've always got to make sure now I know what I'm going to do. Grab the solder. Just like that. So now that I've got some, don't want to hold it too close, otherwise I'm... Just do it like so. Just like that, that becomes stuck. So now I can do the same for this. I've got to twist over the wires. And sorry about all that screaming. My neighbours, they're just always screaming. I'm just going to quickly clean that off again. And sorry if you can't see this the best. I'm just... Sorry if I'm not talking like I said before. Now I'm just going to throw in some solder. Now I know that these were both going to come off. Just like that, that sets. So now it looks like I've just got to resolder this one back on. Right, there we go. That's funny. Right, here we go. And there we go, guys. That was not easy, but I've done it. So now what I do, flip this back around. Now we want this through. We want that all that jazz and business. Now we want that all going in just like that. And now, of course, just like I did last time, I'm going to end the stream and then I will start it back up again, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty guys, so I'm back. As you can see, the speaker is normal, but if I turn it on its side, anyway, if I just push this speaker back in, anyway, we've got this speaker on the side now, which is really cool. So before I end this stream, I'd just like to give a big shout out to Talon ASMR. He's a very cool ASMR YouTuber. He's actually just subscribed to my channel, so make sure you go and check him out. It's at Talon ASMR, Taylan, and then ASMR. It's pretty cool. He's got quite a few K subscribers. Now make sure to go and check him out. And if you subscribe, please comment that I sent you there, and you'll be very happy. So that's Talon ASMR. So, yep, good to watch. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to go and like and subscribe to Talon ASMR. It's really cool. So, coolest moth signing out. Peace.